the All-Ireland Club Senior Hurling semi-final between Borris-Ileigh and Ballycastle. Ballycastle, of course, have come all the way from County Antrim. We were up there, I think it was 2 years ago, playing them in a challenge match when we were in Glenravel. And I have here with me Des Donnelly, Des, captain of Ballycastle team. Des, how do you expect the match to go today?
I expect a very hard game. Borris-Ileigh are pretty unknown to us, though we have played them a couple of times. But challenge games are far different than the championship, and we're expecting a hard game today. And
I have here Brian McShane. Brian is the selector on the team. Have you any injury worries for the game? Anyone doubtful or anything like that?
No, thank God we have a full panel today. Any injuries we have today, we have already had them for a few weeks. We have nothing recently, you know. But other than that, you know, we're okay as far as that goes. We're quite happy with as we're fixed today, you know. And the fact that we slept in the house last night where GA was born, and today we're meeting the Tipperary and Munster champions, and this is an occasion we're not going to miss. It's once in a lifetime, and we intend to take advantage of it, you know.
How many of the Antrim team have you playing today?
We have nine of the Antrim panel playing here today for us, so we do.
I'm telling you, that's a fair one even for Borris-Ileigh with 7 on the Tipperary panel. So there you have 2 men from Antrim, Brian Donnelly and Brian McShane. We'll get someone else from Borris-Ileigh in just a moment. Paddy, coach of Borris-Ileigh. Paddy, what type of a game do you expect from Ballycastle? They're unknown to us down here.
Yeah, well, they're unknown. We're expecting a very hard game. It's the one time this year, I suppose, that we're going out against a team that we know absolutely nothing about. I personally know nothing about Ballycastle, and the only thing that I can hope for, or we can hope for, is that Borris-Ileigh will just play their normal game. Tactics, anything like that, we haven't worked out. We're going to play our normal game and hope that it's enough to beat Ballycastle. That's it.
Is there anyone on the Borris-Ileigh team that you'll be looking up to today?
Well, there's always the few on the Borris team, particularly down the middle, the Stapletons, Noel Dwyer and Timmy Ryan and Philip Kenny. You're looking for the experienced fellas to come out with that little bit of extra on a day like today, and hope that they'll give the leadership to the likes of Francis Collins and the younger lads, Conor Stapleton, who wouldn't be quite as experienced as those, particularly our half back line of Bobby, Richard and Jerry. If they can click, if they play as well as they're capable of playing and that they have done all year, then I'd say that that would be some sort of a foundation for the rest of the team, you know.
Any injury worries or anyone with flu?
We're very, very careful for the last couple of months that we wouldn't have injuries, and but now we'll say in the last couple of days, as you know, there's 1 or 2 fellas carrying a little bit of a bug, some sort of flu bug or something, but we can only hope that it won't be doing. Noel Mar, I think, is one of them, and Jerry Stapleton is another, and Brendan Kenny isn't 100%, and Mick Ryan, they're the 4. But I mean, from a fitness point of view, they're all fine. But we'll just have to wait and see how the bug affects them, if it affects them at all.
Very best of luck, Paddy.
Okay, thanks very much.
There you are. We'll meet you outside in the field in just about 10 minutes or so. Thank you very much. There you have the Borris-Ileigh team. Borris-Ileigh team and subs. There you have Flowery Ryan. Flowery coming in there into the photograph. Flowery. And there's Timmy Delaney as well, who's back from injury. And I'll just give you the Borris-Ileigh team. In goals, Nolly Maher, right full back Francis Spillane, full back Timmy Stapleton, left full back Michael Ryan. Right half back Richard Stapleton, centre back Jerry Stapleton, and left half back Bobby Ryan. Centre field Timmy Ryan and Francis Collins. Right half forward Conor Stapleton, centre forward Noel Dwyer, and left half forward John McGrath. Right corner forward Brendan Kenny, full forward Philip Kenny, and left corner forward Aidan Ryan. Two changes there from the one positional change from the programme. John McGrath goes out wing forward and Aidan Ryan comes in at corner forward. And here we have the Ballycastle team. In goals, Paul Smith, right corner back Kevin Boyle, full back Terence Stanley, and left corner back Charlie McVie. Right half back Seamus Donnelly, centre half back Liam Gallagher, and left half back Owen Donnelly. Centre field Sean Boyle and Paul McKillen. Right half forward Brian Donnelly, centre forward Paul P. Boyle, and left half forward M. Kelly. Corner forward Des Donnelly, full forward Eddie Donnelly, and left corner forward Alcan Levin. Flanagan from Kilkenny as we stand for Aran Avian. So you have our own Aveen, nice crowd here in Thurles for this All-Ireland Club semi-final. Paul McKillen and number 7 Stephen Boyle seem to be playing centre field, and Timmy Ryan and Francis Collins. This should be a very entertaining game. Borris-Ileigh are playing very well at the moment. They played Laois there not so long ago and played very well. Also, Ballycastle who had a great game against St Gabriel's of London. They beat him 3-14 to 1-6. And here we have the referee as he throws in the ball. It comes to number 12, Paul McKinnon. He gets it up where Francis Bland gets it on the ground to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry first time over towards Conor Stapleton. Conor is beaten by number 17, Owen Donnelly. Comes up to number 7, Paul Boyle. He gets it in first time. Ball goes in, Timmy Stapleton pulls on it. Goes back where Des Donnelly gets it in. Francis Bland gets it out to this side of the field. Goes over the line. It's a line ball to Ballycastle. It looks as though we're going to have a lot of ground hurling as number 12, Paul McKillen, comes up to take this on a nice ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Number 15, Alcan Levin pulls on it, but it's blocked down by Jerry Stapleton. He comes to him again. He's followed by Francis Bland. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby and not hard to get up, but he gets it up. He sends it into the centre. Stalemate in there, but the ball has gone back by Alcan Levin. Back to Eddie Donnelly. And Eddie Donnelly gets a low one in where Nolly Maher blocks it. Nolly sends it out to this side of the field. Comes Conor Stapleton has it. Conor on the halfway line sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. Charles McVicker has it. Kevin Boyle sends it out to number 5, Seamus Donnelly. Seamus gets it over at this side of the field where Jerry Stapleton has it. Jerry on to Francis Collins. And where Conor Stapleton pulls on it. Conor gets it again. Conor 50 yards out, sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. It's a high one, it's a great score. A great point there from Conor Stapleton. I might have said he was dropping them short before this, but that was a beautiful point. After about 3 minutes in the first half, Borris-Ileigh 1 point, Ballycastle no score. Paul Smith takes the puck out the far side of the field. Bobby Ryan has the ball. He's fouled there by Brian Donnelly. And Richard Stapleton comes over to take this one. 2 yards short to the halfway line. Sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. It's blocked by Paul Smith. Paul gets a high one out to the centre of the field. It's pulled on there by Sean Boyle. Richard Stapleton has it. Richard sends a high one in between Terence Stanley and Philip Kenny. The ball is hit out by Kevin Boyle, but Philip Kenny gets it again. Philip sends it out to John McGrath. He overruns him. John is blocked there by Liam Gallagher. Liam Gallagher gets it out, or Timmy Ryan goes for it. Timmy across the field. It comes to number 12, Paul McKillen. Paul is hooked by Francis Collins, but he gets the ball up to number 8, Paul Boyle. Number 9, McKelly, is blocked by Michael Ryan. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Ballycastle. This one to be taken over there by Seamus Stanley. Cuts it. Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. Comes to Richard Stapleton and Timmy Ryan. Stalemate there as Ballycastle man is going in, number 10, Brian Donnelly, but he's fouled there by Francis Collins. Free about 35 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goals. Borris-Ileigh playing with a nice bit of a breeze here in the first half. As number 10, Brian Donnelly, comes up to take this one. Left-handed, he sends it high and sends it over the bar. And after 5 minutes of the first half, the score is Borris-Ileigh 1 point, Ballycastle 1 point. Seems as though Brian Donnelly has gone in centre forward. Wholesale changes around the Ballycastle team. It's very much like a riddle here at the moment, trying to keep up with him. As Nolly Maher pucks out the ball. Timmy Ryan pulls in it. And Noel the Wire gets it on. Oh, lets it go in along the ground. So John McGrath has the ball. He passes it to Conor Stapleton. Conor, 14 yards out. Takes a shot, it's a goal! Yes, a great goal there by Conor Stapleton. That puts Borris-Ileigh 1-1. Antrim 1 goal, and John McGrath must take a lot of credit there for the pass that he gave into Conor Stapleton. But of course Conor took his goal well, evading the man on the way in. Paul Smith takes the puck out, this side of the field. It's blocked down to Conor Stapleton again. He gets it low along the ground into Brendan Kenny, and Charles McVicker gets it out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. This to be taken by wing back Richard Stapleton. Richard goes low, goes to number 12, Paul McKillen. Paul going on a solo run. Francis Collins goes out to meet him. He gets the ball into where Francis Spillane comes across for it. Number 15, Olcan Lavin, has gone out for it, chased by Timmy Stapleton. Timmy holds him off. Timmy blocks down the ball. It comes to number 14, Eddie Donnelly. Eddie is hooked by Bobby Ryan. Eddie gets it again. Gets it out to number 8. Peter Boyle. Peter gets a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goal, but it's gone wide. 7 minutes gone in the first half. Borris-Ileigh 1-1. Antrim 1 point. Or Ballycastle 1 point. Great start here by Borris-Ileigh in the first 7 minutes. Nolly Maher, long puck out. Goes to Richard Stapleton. As a clash of the ash there between Liam Gallagher and Richard Stapleton. Pascal Lanigan gets him back. Ball is pulled on by Timmy Ryan. Pulled on there by Owen Donnelly out to the centre where John McGrath gets it low into Philip Kenny. Philip 40 yards out. Going through, he was fouled there by Terence Donnelly. Wasn't a hard look there, he could have been through. There we have Noel the Wire. Noel, who has been very sharp against Clare Castle in the Munster final, sends this one high and sends it over the bar. Score Borris-Ileigh 1-2, Ballycastle 1 point. 8 minutes gone in the first half. Paul Smith takes the puck out, low one this time. Brian Donnelly has the ball. He gets it on to Peter Boyle. Peter is blocked by Timmy Ryan has it. Timmy gets the ball down, but Liam Gallagher has it. Ball comes over this side of the field. Noel the Wire has it. But sort of a muddle mix up there as the ball comes to Michael Kelly. Out to Brian Donnelly. Brian sends a high one, but he's blocked by Richard Stapleton. He gets it again. 40 yards out, he sends a high ball, but it's gone wide. Good chance there. Good chance executed there by Brian Donnelly for a score, but ball just went to the left and wide. Nolly Maher with the puck out. Down between Noel the Wire and Galvin as the ball comes to Richard Stapleton. Noel the Wire has it again. Ball goes coming out to this side of the field. He's still going through. He's hushed off the ball there by number 12, Paul McKillen, but he gets it again. Great work there out to Brendan Kenny. Brendan 40 yards out, or 21, 30 yards out. Sends a high ball, sends a low ball across the goal. Blocked out by Terence Donnelly. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Francis Collins to take this line ball. Francis gets a low ball across to us, Philip Kenny. Philip and John McGrath goes for it, but it's got by Terence Donnelly. Terence gets it low across to the far side of the field. Timmy Ryan gets it back to Bobby Ryan. Bobby, 60 yards out, sends a high ball, but it's gone wide. Borris-Ileigh wasting a couple of opportunities there in the first half, especially playing with the wind. The score 1-2 to a point. Ball comes out to this side of the field. Peter Boyle gets it in towards number 12, Paul McGillen. Paul is fouled by Richard Stapleton. Number 8, Peter Boyle, to take this free. Sends it high and sends it wide. Yes, opportunities missed on both sides. Just 12 minutes gone in the first half. Nolly Maher at the far side of the field. Breaks to John McGrath. John McGrath gets it along the round into Philip Kenny. Philip loses it, he gets it again. Sends it into Aidan Ryan. Aidan, 35 yards out, sends a low one in. Where number 17, Owen Donnelly, gets it out. Centre of the field. Richard Stapleton blocks it down. Richard, 60 on the 65-yard line. The referee brings it up for a protest there as Noel the Wire comes over to take this one. Bends and strikes and sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Score Borris-Ileigh 1-3, Ballycastle 1 point. As Conor Stapleton has gone down injured there. I don't know what's wrong with him. There's an awful lot of lads in there looking after one man. As Brendan Kenny comes out wing forward, the ball got up by Paul McKillen. It goes to Peter Boyle. Peter Boyle lets it up to the corner here, up to Des Donnelly. Stalemate in there as the ball comes out to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry goes on the solo and into the centre. Sends the ball to this side of the field where Owen Donnelly goes for it. It was blocked by Brendan Kenny. And Francis Collins comes in. Francis gets along the ground. It goes into Philip Kenny, but turns Donnelly, blocks it down. Comes up to where Richard Stapleton. A high grabbing Richard. Free in for Borris-Ileigh. Ball there on Richard Stapleton by Peter Boyle. Noel the Wire comes out to this one on the just on the halfway line. Looks a very good one again and sends it high and sends it over the bar. It's a great point there from Noel the Wire. Paul Smith with a puck out the far side of the field. Sean Boyle and Timmy Ryan goes for it. Timmy gets the better of it. Comes out here, Noel the Wire has it. Noel gets it in along the ground. It goes to Sean Donnelly. Sean is fouled by Conor Stapleton. Free out to Borris-Ileigh. Liam Gallagher to take this one. Liam, a shortish one. Jerry Stapleton gets it over to Francis Collins. Francis is blocked. Goes into Desi Donnelly. Or Brian Donnelly, he takes a shot and he sends it wide. Or it's gone out for a 70. Very good covering off there on the Borris-Ileigh back line. Great ball taken in there by Brian Donnelly. And they could have got a goal from it. The 70 to be taken by number 12, Paul McKillen. Sends a high one and sends it over the bar. A nice point there for Ballycastle by Paul McKillen. Borris-Ileigh 1-4, Ballycastle 2 points. Noel Maher, a high one this time. Goes to Liam Gallagher and Noel the Wire. It's pulled on by Noel. Liam Gallagher has the ball in his hand. Score Richard Stapleton. Gone up very far up the field. Ball comes to Ulcan Levin. Desi Donnelly. Desi is fouled by Francis Villan. It's a free to Borris-Ileigh to be taken by Paul McKillen. Or to Ballycastle to be taken by Paul McKillen. Sends a low one, this time it goes to Timmy Stapleton. Timmy lets it out to where Francis Collins. Francis pulls on the ground, it goes to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry rises, it sends a low one. It's blocked out there by Peter Kelly. Our number 7, Sean Boyle. Sends the ball out over the line. This one to be taken by Paul McKillen. Blocked down there by Jerry Stapleton, but the ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball again to be taken by Paul McKillen. This one to be taken by number 7, Stephen Boyle. Stephen sends a good ball in. It's Bobby Ryan comes for it, but it goes to Michael Ryan. Bobby Ryan hits it out to this side of the field, out to Timmy Ryan. Timmy half misses it. Ball goes to Paul McKillen, but Timmy gets it again. Timmy followed by Desi Donnelly. Timmy gets his puck in, it goes to Conor Stakelum. Conor lets it go first time into Brendan Kenny. And Philip Kenny goes for it, but Terence Donnelly has it. Up this side of the field. No on the wire, Conor Stakelum. Comes out to number 7, Stephen Boyle. Stephen sends it up to Peter Boyle. Peter sends it over to the corner where Francis Bland goes for it. Eddie Donnelly sends it out to number 9. There's a lot of changes here. Free out to Borris-Ileigh. Only matter to take this puck out. A high one. Comes down on the Ballycastle half-back line. Seamus Donnelly has the ball. He sends it up to this side of the field. Goes up to where Brian Donnelly goes for it. Brian playing well. Sends a high ball and sends it over the bar, yes. Nice point there from Brian Donnelly. Playing very well. He's getting an awful lot of room there. The reason that number 8, Peter Boyle, is bringing Richard Stakelum out towards centre field. I think that's not a good thing for Borris-Ileigh. They should try and reverse that some way. They're leaving an awful gap at this side of the field. Ball is blocked down there. It goes to Brian Donnelly. Ball comes to John McGrath. John is beaten. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Goes in where Kevin Boyle goes for it. Great pulling in there, but ball comes to Brian Donnelly. Brian is fouled by John McGrath. That's a free to Ballycastle. It's to be taken by Paul McKillen. Paul sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goal. It's caught by Richard Stakelum. Richard gets a low one out towards Francis Collins. Francis sends it down low again, on towards Philip Kenny. Philip finding it hard to get it up, but he has it up this time. He's going through his 30 yards out. He's still going through. He takes a shot. It's a goal. A great goal there by Philip Kenny. And Borris-Ileigh needed a goal like that because Ballycastle were inclined to come into the game a bit. Philip got the ball 35 yards out, rounded his man, took it in, and without putting the ball to his hurley, sends it into the net. Borris-Ileigh 2-4, Ballycastle 3 points. 21 minutes gone in the first half. Paul Smith sends the ball to the far side of the field. Timmy Ryan pulls on it. Seamus Donnelly pulls on it. Goes in towards Michael Ryan, comes out, but Richard Stakelum covers off. Loses the ball, but he goes back and gets it again. Eddie Donnelly shakes Richard Stakelum off the ball illegally. That's a free out to Borris-Ileigh. Only matter to take this free. Sends it down the far side of the field. John McGrath and Seamus Donnelly go for it. It's blocked by Liam Gallagher. But Timmy Ryan blocks in. The ball goes out off his stick. It's a line ball to Ballycastle. This one to be taken by Seamus Donnelly. Ball goes to Liam Gallagher. Down to where Timmy Stapleton goes for it. Timmy and Eddie Donnelly. Timmy passes it out to Michael Ryan. Michael lets it go to this side of the field where it goes to Aidan Ryan and John McGrath. Liam Gallagher has it. Liam sends it. Francis Collins has the ball. He's blocked there by Paul McKillen. Ball goes out to number 8, Peter Boyle. Jerry Stapleton comes out for it. Goes to Timmy Ryan. Timmy lets it go first time. Number 6, Liam Gallagher has it. Goes out to this side of the field. Francis Spillane goes for it. Francie is blocked there by Ulcan Levin. Brian Donnelly is going in, followed by Jerry Stapleton. Brian Donnelly has the ball. Good hurler, this lad. He's still going through. Sends it into Ulcan Levin. Bobby Ryan comes out to meet him. Ball comes out to Richard Stakelin. Ball goes to Brian Donnelly again. Brian is blocked down by Richard Stakelin. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. And Aidan Ryan back to help out his back line. Sends the ball up to where an the wire goes for it. Goes to Francis Collins. Francis 50 yards out, sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Yes. Francis has been threatening to do something like that for a good few matches, but he has put this one over the bar today. Fine point there from Francis Collins. And it shows you how mature a player can get in 1 year, or even a couple of matches for that matter. Since the county semi-final against Holy Cross, I think Francis has improved tremendously. Ball comes out to this side of the field, blocked down by Aidan Ryan. Ball goes to Noel the Wire, out to Francis Collins again. Liam Gallagher has it. It goes to Paul McKillen. Paul sends a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Ball breaks, Michael Ryan gets it out. Out to Eddie Donnelly. Eddie Donnelly sends it in where blocked by Bobby Ryan, out to Timmy Ryan. John McGrath gets it. He gets it along the ground. Goes to Noel the Wire. Noel the Wire holds a hurley of number 6, Liam Gallagher. He's a free to Ballycastle. Borris-Ileigh playing very well. Playing a lot of ground hurling, which will suit on a day like today. Liam Gallagher take this free. Sends a high one. It's holding in the air. It comes down. Brought out there by Richard Stakelin. Comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan on the halfway line. Sends the ball into this corner where it goes to Brendan Kenny. Brendan gets it on to Noel the Wire. Noel on the 21-yard line. He's going through. Goes to Brendan Kenny again. Charles McVicker gets it out to this side of the field. Goes to Owen Donnelly. Owen loses it. Goes to Brendan Kenny. Brendan finding it hard to get it up. It goes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan, 35 yards out, sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal as the ball has gone wide. Paul Smith takes the puck out, far side of the field. Comes down between Brian Donnelly and Bobby Ryan. Peter Boyle gets it on to Ulcan Levin. Francis Spillane goes to Richard Stakelin. Richard along the ground. Sends it into Brendan Kenny and Charles McVicker. Brendan is beaten this time. It goes to Francis Collins. Francis is hooked there by number 15. Ulcan Levin. It goes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan and number 8 Peter Boyle. Aidan gets it on to Noel the Wire. Noel the Wire is backed by Owen Donnelly. Ball comes to number 6 Liam Gallagher and Francis Collins. Francis pulls on it again, great pull. It goes to John McGrath. A lot of holding out there. Ball comes to Charles McVicker. And he takes a hefty challenge there from Brendan Kenny, but he gets the ball up. Goes to Brian Donnelly. Blocked by Timmy Stapleton. Comes out to Timmy Ryan. Timmy sends a nice ball in towards Philip Kenny. Oh, that was very hard luck there on Philip Kenny. He could have been in for his second one. Paul Smith blocks it. Out to the centre of the field again. It goes to Timmy Ryan and Bobby Ryan. Bobby up along the wing. Sends a quick ball in where Liam Gallagher has it. Liam sends it out to Seamus Donnelly. Seamus Donnelly first time out to Timmy Ryan. Timmy sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. It's a high one and gone over the bar. A great point there from Timmy Ryan. Probably the first point he had all year. Paul Smith takes the puck out. Borris-Ileigh 2-6. Ballycastle 3 points. All goes to Timmy Ryan again. As Seamus, there was a pull there on John McGrath. And that would be very unfortunate there for Borris-Ileigh if John McGrath was to be injured. John playing well. An awful lot of minors in there around the field. Just about 2 minutes left in the first half. John McGrath seems to be badly injured there. Well, there's a bit of movement anyway. Have John McGrath going off injured. John being replaced by Brian Kenny. It's probably the safest thing when you get a belt on the head like that. You're probably better off in the long run to go off. As Noel Dwyer takes this free, 70 yards out, sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Great point there from Noel Dwyer again. As sharp as ever. Conor Stapleton comes out on the wing and Brian Kenny goes in corner forward, left corner forward. Paul Smith takes the puck out, far side of the field. It goes between Brian Donnelly and Timmy Ryan. And Conor Stapleton. Conor gets it in where Terence Donnelly comes out for it. Terence gets it over to Owen Donnelly. Owen, a high ball up where Richard Stapleton goes for it. Well, catch caught there by Richard. Sends a high ball in. Ball breaks to Philip Kenny. Terence Donnelly has it. And there's a lot of aggro going on in there. An awful lot of dirty pulling. Seems as though there's a free in to Borris-Ileigh. It'll be taken by Noel Dwyer. Noel Dwyer seems to be coming back to have a shot at goal. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. He doesn't. Just to let him know that he might the next time. Point there by Noel Dwyer. Borris-Ileigh go 2-8 to 3 points. 14 points to 3. With just on half time. John McGrath comes up under us. Paul Smith with the puck out. Comes to this side of the field. Francis Collins and Paul McKinnon. It comes to Peter Boyle. Up to Ulcan but Bobby Ryan gets it up to this side of the field. Goes to Noel Dwyer and Liam Gallagher. Both of them are on the ground. The ball comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan, 30 yards out. He's still going through. He's fouled there by number 7, Seamus Donnelly from behind. The free into Borris-Ileigh. This one to be taken again by Noel Dwyer. Borris-Ileigh seem to be a lot sharper than Ballycastle. As Noel Dwyer bends over this one, rolls the ball and sends it high again and sends it over the bar. Another great point there by Noel Dwyer. Borris-Ileigh 2-9, Ballycastle 3 points. The referee calls for the ball. It's half time. Borris-Ileigh ahead 2-9 to 3 points. Now you have some of the dejected Ballycastle lads. I expected them to put up an awful lot of better show in the first half. There you have Bobby Ryan, Michael Ryan played very well. On the wire, some fine points from Freeze. Philip Kenny, a great goal. And Brian Kenny who came in, and Timmy Stapleton there. Timmy playing well at full back. Now you have Flowery Ryan. Flowery, who played for Tipperary and of course played for Borris-Ileigh, and Timmy Delaney. John McGrath, selector. Now you have the referee Pascal Donnelly, Paddy Dial and Tommy Dwyer, Liam Devaney, Mick Cohen, John Bradshaw. There you have it at half time. Borris-Ileigh, nice lead up, 2-9 to 3 points. Just about to begin with a sub on the Borris-Ileigh team. Flowery Ryan, Pat Ryan. They call him has come in at corner forward instead of Brendan Kenny, who twisted his ankle. John McGrath has gone to hospital. I hope he's okay. Flowery Ryan then, who didn't play championship hurling since the North semi-final in 1985. Came on against Skirrawan centre field and had a tremendous game that day. Now reverts into corner forward. And Brian Kenny, of course, who came on for John McGrath. Ball comes out here. Peter Boyle gets it, but Jerry Stapleton gets it back up. Goes up to Philip Kenny. Aidan Ryan goes for it. Brought out there by Terence Boyle, but Philip Kenny goes for it again. Philip finding it hard to get it up. Gets it in towards Brian Kenny. Terence Donnelly has it. Terence up this side of the field. Comes up to him, Brian Donnelly, and Brian goes up along the side. Sends a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Goes in there between Eddie Donnelly and Timmy Stapleton. Francis Spillane gets it out. Francis goes out to the far side of the field. Chased by O'Conlavin. Jerry Stapleton gets the ball. It goes out to number 14, Eddie Donnelly. Eddie gets it in towards number 8. Ball goes off. Michael Ryan goes out for a 70. Charles McVicker has gone down. He's playing centre forward, and Kevin Donnelly is back corner back where he was on the programme. This to be taken by Paul McKillen. Sends it high and sends it over the bar. Just tipped up the upright there and went over the bar. Just about 2 minutes gone. Borris-Ileigh 2-9. Ballycastle 4 points. Nolly Maher takes the puck out. Sends a long one. Breaks down to Timmy Ryan. Timmy lets it go first time. Stephen Boyle gets it along the ground. Goes into where Francis Bland blocks it down. Francie comes out. Far side of the field. Gets a low one. It goes to Victor. Out there, number 8. Peter Boyle has it. Peter gets it up where Francis Bland. Sends it up the far side of the field. Goes right up where Philip Kenny has it. Philip is going through. He's taken down. Taken down there by Kevin Donnelly. Free into Borris-Ileigh. Is to be taken by Noel the Wire. Noel with the sun glaring straight into his eyes. Sun is shining very brightly. In fact, I'd be surprised if he couldn't see the goals. He sends this one high and sends it over the bar. Good start again there for Borris-Ileigh. 2-10 to 4 points. About 3.5 minutes gone. Paul Smith takes a long puck out. Comes to Charles McVicker. Charles is going through. Sends the ball in to where Brian Donnelly goes for it. Brian on the 14-yard line. Gets it along the ground. It's brought out by Michael Ryan. Bobby Ryan. Bobby gets it. Turns back. Is blocked by Brian Donnelly. It goes to number 15. Alcan Lavin. It's fouled there and there's a free in to Ballycastle. To be taken by Brian Donnelly. Brian left-handed, gets it up. Low one, it goes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby sends it out to number 10. And he sent the ball wide. Desi Donnelly took the free. The ball came out to Brian Donnelly. He took a shot but sent it wide. Nolly Maher with the puck out, far side of the field. Goes to Conor Stapleton. Conor lets the first time into Philip Kenny and turns Donnelly. Ball comes to Pat Ryan. Pat along the ground. Out comes Paul Smith. He's chased by Brian Kenny. Paul gets the ball high towards the centre of the field. Seems to be a free, yes. Free in there for Borris-Ileigh. Some incident off the ball there between the goalie, I think it was, and Brian Kenny. Free to be taken by Noel the Wire. He sends it high and sends it over the bar again. Borris-Ileigh now go 2-11 to 4 points ahead. Just about 5 minutes gone the second half. Ballycastle not playing as well as we expected them to play. Ball comes out. Brian Donnelly goes for it. And Bobby Ryan. Brian gets it. Sends it out this side of the field. Number 7, Stephen Boyle gets it in towards number 8, Peter Boyle. Peter sends it in to Brian Donnelly. But the referee blew back for a free in. Free in or a penalty. Brian Donnelly was held there. This one to be taken by Desi Donnelly, number 13 on his back. And to make any sort of a game of it, they'd want to be getting a goal from this. Jerry Stapleton, Nolly Maher and Timmy Stapleton. Ball goes in low. Block there, comes out to Francis Milan. Alcan McVicker has it. Alcan Lavin, has it. Comes out to Eddie Donnelly. Eddie sends it high and sends it over the bar. Good stop there between Nolly Maher and Jerry Stapleton in the goals. Score 2-11 to 5 points. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Nolly Maher with the puck out this side of the field. Between Liam Gallagher blocks it down, but Timmy Ryan gets it first time. It goes to Pat Ryan. Pat is beaten there by Kevin Donnelly. Ball comes to Stephen Boyle. Stephen gets a long one in towards Desi Donnelly. Ball comes out to Bobby Ryan. Alcan Lavin is beaten there by Michael Ryan. The ball comes out to number 12, Paul McMillan. He sends it into Victor Charles McVicker. Charles McVicker is fouled just outside the big square. Free into Ballycastle. Yes, there wasn't much point in letting him go any further there. It's free to be taken by Desi Donnelly. Will he go for a goal? Say he probably will. Or he sends it high and sends it over the bar. Or not too high, just over the crossbar. Point there for Ballycastle. Two 11 to 6 points. Nolan Maher takes the puck out. This side of the field. Pulled on there by Timmy Ryan. It goes to Liam Gallagher. Liam sends it along the ground. Jerry Stapleton gets it along the ground. It goes to Brian Donnelly. Ball goes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan sends it over to this side of the field. Flowery Ryan goes for it. He's beaten by Seamus Donnelly. Ball goes along the ground up to where Jerry Stapleton goes for it. Jerry is tackled by Charles McVicker, but Jerry gets his shot in. It goes to number 5, Seamus Donnelly. Seamus gets it low along the ground. It goes to Stephen Boyle. Stephen and Francis Collins go for it. Francis sends it out over the line. It's a line ball to Ballycastle to be taken by Owen Donnelly. Ballycastle doing a bit of pressing at the moment. A high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goal. Locked out to Charles McVicker. Gets along the ground. Sit in there by Peter Boyle. Goal there for Ballycastle. As Charles McVicker got the ball across the goals. Slackness, Borris-Ileigh back line there. Players not following up their men. Nolan Maher takes the puck out, far side of the field. That could put a bit of life into this game. Conor Stapleton gets the ball along the ground. Up towards Brian Kenny. Brian is hushed off the ball. It goes to Noel the wire. Noel on the far side of the field. He's fouled there by Liam Gallagher. And Noel the wire to take this one himself. About 25 yards out. Sends a high one across the goals and sends it over the bar. Another great point there from Noel the wire. Score 2-12 to 1-6 with 11 minutes gone in the second half. Paul Smith takes the puck out. Aidan Ryan, Brian Donnelly has the ball, but it goes to Conor Stapleton. And someone, the Borris-Ileigh, between Bobby Ryan and Francis Collins to know who fouled. It's a line ball to be taken by Stephen Boyle. Stephen sends it a low one in. Brought out there by Timmy Stapleton. Timmy 50 yards out. That's the ball, but it comes again to Stephen Boyle. Aidan Ryan gets it. Owen Donnelly gets it low along the ground. It comes at a pick and to be better off hitting it on the ground. Ball comes in there into number 8. He loses it again. Ball is in the air. There's a stalemate there as Jerry Stapleton gets the ball to this side of the field. Jerry first time up to Flowery Ryan. Flowery gets it along the ground. It comes to Seamus Donnelly. Seamus sends a high ball in. It's blocked by Ulcan Levin. It's a ball across the goals where it's gone wide. Score 2-12 to 1-6. Ball comes to this side of the field. Blocked out there by number 5, Stephen Donnelly. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Nine points in the game. 2-12 to 1-6. Bobby Ryan, Carroll's All-Star, or Bank of Ireland All-Star, gets it into Philip Kenny. Philip, 21 yards out. It goes to Number 5, Seamus Donnelly gets it up along the side. Ball breaks there. Francis Villana goes to Victor. Or Charles McVicker. Charles going through. Blocked there by Richard Stapleton. Still going through. He passes the ball into towards Eddie Donnelly. Eddie into goes into number 13, Desi Donnelly, and there's a goal. Well worked goal there by Ballycastle. Great ball in from Eddie Donnelly in towards Desi Donnelly, and he put the ball into the right corner of the net. Very unsatisfactory there from a Borris-Ileigh point of view. 6 points between them. Now we have a game in our hands when it looked as though we're coasting. Ball comes to Timmy Ryan. Bobby Ryan gets the ball along the ground. Goes into Philip Kenny. Philip is beaten by Thurles Stanley. Thurles Stanley gets the ball this side of the field, but Bobby Ryan gets it. Bobby over there towards Francis Collins. The ball breaks to Noel Dwyer. Noel Dwyer has it. He gets it in front of him. Going through. He leaves it back to Conor Stakelum. Conor 30 yards out, sends a high ball. The ball has gone wide. It's an awful lot of slackness there. Charles McVicker, since he came centre forward, has been playing well as Brian Donnelly gets the ball. 35 yards out. It's fouled and there's a free into Ballycastle. I must say Ballycastle have made an awful lot of changes, but probably the change that bringing Charles McVicker down centre forward has proved very effective. Stephen Boyle, halfway through the first half, he lobs the ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goal. The ball has gone wide. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Borris-Ileigh 2-12, Ballycastle 2-6. And Ballycastle, with the wind behind them, seem to have got a new lease of life. Nolly Maher with the puck out this side of the field. Pulled down by Timmy Ryan. A great pull by Timmy. Ball goes into Philip Kenny. Philip, who started great but has gone a bit quiet, but he gets this ball, sends it in towards Paul Smith. Paul is fouled there by Brian Kenny. And a free out to Ballycastle. Paul Smith gets it over to number 12, Paul McGillen. Chased by Francis Collins. Ball comes out to Conor Stakelum. Conor loses it. He fouled off the ball, but the referee lets play go on. Ball breaks to Timmy Stapleton. Timmy lets it go along the ground. Pulled on there by Richard Stakelum. Francis Collins gets the ball to this side of the field. Flowery Ryan goes for it. Pat on the halfway line. Timmy Ryan lets it go first time. Goes over to where Philip Kenny seems to have got an injury. Ball goes to Noel Dwyer. Noel 21 yards out. Blocked down there by number 3, Thurles Stanley. Philip Kenny seems to be going on one leg. Noel Dwyer takes this line ball. And Philip Kenny would be an awful loss if he got injured at this stage of the match. With Ballycastle just down by 6 points. Noel Dwyer is a line ball. But the ball has gone wide. Paul Smith takes the puck out, down to this side of the field. Down to where Bobby Ryan comes for it. Bobby lets it go along the ground. Goes to Paul McKillen. Paul evades. Francis Collins sends a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Or it's gone to the left and gone wide. Timmy Ryan has gone in corner forward in a change with Aidan Ryan. Ball is pulled on there, comes to number 7, Sean Donnelly. Gets it in, Bobby Ryan gets it back up. Comes back in to number 2, Kevin Boyle. Kevin over to this side of the field. Comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan sends it over to Conor Stakelum. It goes to Francis Collins. Francis 40 yards out. 30 yards out, he sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal and sends it over the bar, and that's the second point there for Francis Callens. And that might set him alight again. Paul Smith takes the puck out, far side of the field. Aidan Ryan goes for the ball. Aidan done a lot of covering since he came to centre field. Ball goes over to Brian Kenny. Brian lets it go along the ground. Comes into number 6, Liam Gallagher. Stalemate out there as the ball comes to Conor Stapleton. Conor 30 yards out, he sends it to Brian Kenny. Brian sends the ball over to Philip Kenny. Philip on the 14-yard line. He's going through. He's fouled. It's a penalty. Foul there by Philip Kenny, or on Philip Kenny by number 4, Kevin Donnelly. This one to be taken by Noel Dwyer. What will Noel Dwyer do? We're ahead. 2-13 to 2-6. It must be a penalty. There's an awful lot of Ballycastle lads in the goals. Yes, I did think it was. Noah goes back from it again as if he was going to go for a goal. Sends it low, comes out. Brian Kenny has it and he sends it into the net. Yes, a rebound from the goalie. Paul Smith came out to Brian Kenny, and Brian Kenny struck it into the net. Well anticipated there by Brian. And that might set things alight with a goal and a point in the last few minutes. Ball comes to Brian Donnelly. Brian is going through. He's still going through. He's chased by Aidan Ryan and Bobby Ryan, but he's fouled. Free into Ballycastle. As Eddie Donnelly there and Eddie Donnelly and Bobby Ryan have a bit of an argument. This free to be taken by Des Donnelly. Score 2-13 to 2-6. "21 minutes gone in the second half, 9 minutes left. Desi Donnelly takes this one. Low one, it goes in. Michael Ryan blocks it down. He gets it out. Comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan gets to this side of the field. To Flowery Ryan. He gets it along the ground. Comes to number 7, Owen Donnelly. Owen Donnelly out to Stephen Byle. Stephen sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. 2-13 for Borris-Ileigh, or 3-13 to 2-7 for Ballycastle. Nolan Maher gets the ball, this side of the field. Stephen Donnelly blocks it down to Aidan Ryan. Aidan gets a high ball in. Philip Kenny is badly injured in there, but the ball goes to Conor Stapleton. Loses it, goes back into Conor Stapleton again. Conor 14 yards out, passes out to Brian Kenny. Brian sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. And they'd want to get a sub there for Philip Kenny. He seems to be badly injured. Paul Smith takes the puck out. Locked down there by Bobby Ryan. Down to Pat Ryan. Timmy Ryan gets the ball into Conor Stapleton. Conor 30 yards out. Evades his man, sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Another point there for Conor Stapleton. There he is. County minor last year, played centre forward for Tipperary. Conor has scored a goal and I think there's 2 points today. And for the other young member of the panel, Brian Kenny has scored a goal and a point. We have one of the Ballycastle lads down injured. there, Brian who played a lot during the year, came on as a sub there today for John McGrath and has shown his worth by scoring a goal and a point. A great opportunist goal. And there, Philip Kenny, who was injured. Philip, of course, got a goal in the first half. Always a great score getter for Borris-Ileigh. Number 17, Owen Donnelly, there was injured, but he's okay again. As we get the match going again, with referee blows the whistle and Paul Smith takes the puck out down the centre of the field. Ball goes to Jerry Stapleton. Number 8, Sean Boyle gets it into number 15, O'Callaghan. He doesn't know what to do with it, but Francis Milan knows. He gets it first time out. Comes to number 7, Stephen Donnelly or Stephen Boyle. Ball comes out to Conor Stapleton. Goes up between Brian Kenny and number 17, Owen Donnelly. Brian Kenny gets the better of this one. Brian is blocked down. Owen Donnelly has the ball. He's blocked down again. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Ballycastle to be taken by Kevin Donnelly. Left-handed. Sends a low one. Goes out. Richard Stakelum gets it. Ball comes to Owen Donnelly. Gets along the ground. The ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby up to where Noel the Wire has it. No loses it, but gets it again. That's a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. Ball comes to Timmy Ryan. Timmy's blocked there, comes out to number 17, Owen Donnelly. Owen O'Callaghan has the ball, he gets it up along the side. Jerry Stapleton goes back for it. Ball comes to number 13, Desi Donnelly. Desi palms it over to his brother Brian. Brian 21 yards out. Sends the ball, but it's gone wide, or gone out for a 70. Seven to be taken by Paul McKillen. Sends a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goal. It's blocked out there. The ball comes out to Bobby Ryan. Bobby chased by Brian Donnelly. O'Callaghan has the ball. It goes out as Mick Cohen prepares to come in for the injured Philip Kenny when we can get the referee's attention. As Desi Donnelly takes this free. As Desi moves the ball over a bit. And Bobby Ryan goes back and throws it over. Yes, I think he's after getting a couple of more inches that time. So the referee will just have to come over and sort this thing out. Yes, I just think he gained a few inches. Yes, he did. Desi Donnelly with his 21 yards free. Oh. Yes, and he's after getting a couple of more inches. Does he want it in the middle of the goals altogether? Maybe he wants it in the net. Takes the low ball. Yes, it's gone into the net. It's well worth his while to try and bring the ball across. Desi Donnelly there, a goal. Third goal there for Ballycastle. Ollie Maher takes the puck out with 3 minutes left in the second half. Seamus Donnelly gets the ball out over the line as Mick Cohen is in there at full forward for the injured Philip Kenny. This line ball to be taken by Aidan Ryan. Aidan socks down around the ankle, sends the low ball. It's blocked by Seamus Donnelly. Sends the ball out or Owen Donnelly, sorry. The ball out over the line. It's a line ball for Borris-Ileigh. Be taken by Bobby Ryan. Sends a high one. Goes into Mick Cohen. To Conor Stapleton. Ball is hit out by Thurles Donnelly. Comes out to number 8, Peter Boyle. Comes out to Aidan Ryan. Over to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry lets it first time. But there number 7, Owen Donnelly has it. Owen, a late swing there. Ball comes into number 13, Desi Donnelly. In goes Ulcan and has the ball. He's followed by Francis Milan. Francis gets it out and averts a lot of danger there. Ball comes out to Richard Stapleton. Richard far side of the field. A high ball into where it comes to into Seamus Donnelly. It's low and back in. It goes into Michael Ryan. Michael brings it out. Sends it to Bobby Ryan. Bobby, a low ball in towards Mick Cohen. Mick 40 yards out. Going through, sends a high ball. And sends it over the bar. A point there from Mick Cohen. Just in the game about 2 minutes. Send the ball over the bar there. Ball comes out to centre of the field. Bobby Ryan has it again. Sends it in to where Noel the Wire is knocked down there. It looked accidental. Lowry pulls on the first time. It goes to number 7. And number 2, Kevin Boyle and Timmy Ryan there tussling. Ball went off of Timmy Ryan. Borris-Ileigh would want to watch themselves because these lads, at the moment, the ball could land anywhere. And the cavalry are back in again. We're almost on full time. There's great concern there for Noel the Wire. Very unlucky to get a belt there, and it has to be said that there have been an awful lot of injuries in the match today. It's not that anyone was playing dirty or anything like that, but it just happens that way. There we have John McGrath. John with a sty in his eye there. Comes over talking to Brendan Kenny. All the wire is all right. Shot there. Stephen Terence Donnelly are having a bit of an argument to what happened. But the match is nearly over and be better off to leave things as they are. It's line to be taken by Owen Donnelly. Since the ball, it goes to number 12, Paul McGillen. Paul is going through, followed by Francis Collins and Bobby Ryan. He hasn't room to move his stick. Ball comes into Brian Donnelly. Brian Donnelly gets it over to Desi Donnelly. Oh, he was left very loose there. Michael Ryan gets the ball out. Along the ground, it goes to Flowery Ryan and Owen Donnelly go for it. A high ball in, blocked out to Desi Donnelly. Desi has it, he sends it over to number 15, Oilkin Lavin. He sends it high and sends it over the bar. And there's little or no wind here in the second half. The wind has died down completely. Ball comes out to Paul McKillen again. Sends it along the ground. It goes to Flowery Ryan, gets it along the ground out to Timmy Ryan. Timmy first time gets it into the centre. Goes to Francis Collins. Francis going through. He sends a high ball in towards the Ballycastle goal. Ball goes out over the line and it's gone wide. We have Paul Smith with the puck out. And there's the final whistle. Borris-Ileigh are in their first All-Ireland Club Senior Hurling final with the score 2-16 to Ballycastle's 3-8. Good second half enough. Borris-Ileigh, I suppose they sat in their laurels a bit. But fair play to Ballycastle for putting a fight back, good fight back there, and some great work by Stephen Boyle, Brian Donnelly, Des Donnelly and Eddie Donnelly and Alcan Levin. Played very well in the second half. But then you had the Borris-Ileigh substitute of Brian Kenny. Started off well with a great goal and some very good scores. A great point there from Francis Collins. There you have some of the Ballycastle lads. They put up a good fight enough. Captain Michael Ryan. Borris-Ileigh, of course, will be very worried with all the injuries they have today. With Brendan Kenny there got a twist on his ankle, as did Philip Kenny got a thigh injury, and John McGrath got a belt in the head. These will be all big worries for the next day. I hope they're not too serious, but you never know with these things. It took Mick Cohen a long time to get back into shape, but we hope everything will be all right. So there you are, we'll leave you for the moment. Back in a few minutes. Thank you. With me, Thurles Donnelly played full back for Ballycastle, and Dermot Donnelly, who's the selector. I asked Dermot first. Dermot, you didn't start too well in the first half, did you?
No, I think the few scores that we gave away at the beginning, we had to pay for it towards the end of the game. And I think that their free taking was the difference actually between the two sides for a spell, you know. And I would say that otherwise I think we fought tooth and nail right through. Yeah. And we had them on the run a good few times. I could see that by their mentors along the side, plus the players too. So we came far to the heart of hurling and we shook them to their foundations, and that's what we're after. And it's nice to hear the Northerners down here giving us a bit of advice now and then. That's that stuff.
Doesn't like it, doesn't like it.
Right.
Turns. Yeah. The forwards, Borris-Ileigh forwards were moving well in the first half, weren't they?
They were, surely, yeah. I noticed every time you get out to the man, there's always an extra man running from their half back line in the middle of the field, you know. They use the whole park, like, you know. And the ground was that soft, you know, it's hard to get off the mark, you know. And I think we had them rattled the first 15 minutes. You know, we had them on the rack,
of the
you know.
Half.
Yeah, we had them on the rack with 12 points up, you know. It's hard. When come within 6 points of them, I thought we could do. You know, we thought we had them.
It's a long way to come down from Ballycastle. I remember we've been up there on St. Patrick's Day a couple of years ago. Right. Well, we had a great time up there.
We weren't going to come down here in our holidays anyway. We come down here to win it. We're not. We were going to come down and give it all we had, and we did. And the best of luck to Borris-Ileigh in the final.
Very well. Well, thanks very much, Thurles.
Okay.
Okay. Back in just a moment. Borris-Ileigh selectors John McGrath and Rory Kinane. Tough match, John, wasn't it?
Very hard game, John. We were expecting that from the accounts we had of them, and they were a little more physical than maybe we thought. But we weathered the storm pretty well. We have picked up a number of injuries, but hopefully by the time the All-Ireland comes on, we'll have those rectified. Hopefully the boys will be all ready for the 17th of March. That's all I have to say, John.
Brian Kenny came in the first half for John McGrath. He got an injury on the head and played very well, didn't he, when he came in?
Yeah, Brian is one of the subs that's been knocking at the door the whole time, and there's times he's been in hard luck, and he came on today and he proved himself. He made the penalty, and I think he got the rebound of the penalty from Noel Dwyer for the goal, and he scored a good point after that, and played very well, Ryan, and delighted for him because he's one of the guys who was disappointed most of the year this year. You know, and he took it well, and fair play to him, you know.
A lot of the lads seem to have the effects of the flu today, didn't they? Some of them by the way they were moving.
Well, I wouldn't think so, John. I thought they showed up their speed and they have trained hard, and only they had trained hard they wouldn't have been in it down the finish, because those fellas were hitting them really hard. The hardest game I think Borris have had for a long, long time. Those fellas were really going into them. And Borris only that they were very, very fit and were able to weather the storm.
Were you very worried when they came to within 6 points in the second half?
10 minutes into the second half, we seemed to get a bit ragged around the middle of the field and the half back line. But after a couple of minutes, we were there for about 5 minutes and they were causing fierce problems, so the backs were very ragged. But we tightened up a little bit, and Aidan dropped more back into the help the half back line, and we tightened up around the middle of the field. Timmy Ryan moved in and Flowery came out, and we seemed to get on top a bit again. But mind you, we earned it today. They were a very physical, strong team.
Okay, thanks Rory Kinane and John McGrath. That's it for the moment. A couple of neutrals. Ali Kelly, sandpit, who played with Borris in his time. Ali, did you enjoy the match?
Very good. It proves what Borris-Ileigh hurling can be. They were tested in the second half, and they stood up to the test. They came within 6 points, and Borris just held with it and came on top. And I'd say if it was another 5 or 6 minutes, Borris would have won more.
To you, who would be probably the best man today, or the man that could take most credit?
Yeah, they all. There's no single individual. The subs that went in the first 15, they all have came out full colours today.
Right. How did you enjoy? What's your name?
Paddy Malachnik, Kilcommon. Tracy Club, yeah.
Tracy
Yeah.
Club. Well, Paddy, what did you think of the match?
For what I saw, I thought it was a tremendous game, and Borris lads seem to have always able to come back when the Ballycastle club got the goals here up here at the far end. And the overall view, I think, is great for the county, and later on, hopefully, that Borris will offer an awful lot. And to the game itself, I enjoyed it immensely.
Right. Thanks very much. There you have strength of Borris-Ileigh, their fitness, and some great goal scores. One scored by Conor Stapleton early in the first half, and an opportunist goal by Brian Kinney from a penalty taken by Noel Dwyer in the second half. Proved effective for Borris-Ileigh on the day. We hope the injuries will have cleared up against again the All-Ireland final, which comes up on St. Patrick's weekend. And with the train and all going to Dublin, I suppose we'll probably fill it up. We'll see you on the train on the 15th going towards Dublin. That's it from Semple Stadium, Thurles. Goodbye.